obviously your career, you transferred to Wake Forest, and I'm sure, taking a look, it was probably just simply like you said, to get on the field, get more opportunities, get playing time. But at what point in the 2014 season did you make the decision that you'd be transferring?
So I had – because I actually ended up almost transferring the previous spring. Had some serious in-depth talks with the coaches, and I wanted to play outside a little bit more. I'd played slot for a while, and I just wanted to more of a shot. So I got that green light and played B a little bit more, and didn't play. If I played at all the Texas A&M game, the first game may have been 2-3 plays. So I was wanting to get on the field more, ended up playing more the ECU game and all that kind of stuff. But, through those first 4 or 5 games, it was really, for me personally, it was time to feel it out. I felt like I had established a base where I earned more playing time than the previous year. And don't know what it was. I just didn't get it. And during the middle of that season, no work ethic changed. I remember talking to some coaches when I made a decision to transfer next year. They were like, we didn't even sense that you had the idea of transferring, or you felt like you needed to transfer. So that's just who I was. I didn't want to get on the field and provide a bad vibe to anybody. But I kind of felt it out during that season, and it's like, maybe next year I need to make a business decision and find a different environment where I can get some more film, because if NFL is really anyone's dream, you got to have film. And I just didn't want to take that risk. I wanted to put the ball in my court, so that's why I ended up making that decision to transfer, and really trying to focus on, do I have the teams that I talked to and ultimately chose Wake Forest, do I have an opportunity to play? What does your room look like? What's established? What are areas for competition? All that kind of stuff. So that's kind of how my thought process played out during that season. And I had no bad blood with anybody. It was just, like I said, a business decision that I needed to make to have an opportunity for the next level.
Well, and you did get your degree from South Carolina, I believe, right? Hotel, Restaurant, Tourism Management. Yeah, you got your degree from South Carolina. This is kind of off the little change of pace, but what do you think right now because when you transferred, it was still, transferring wasn't frowned upon, but it's like today, transferring is like a whole different world. You know what I mean? With the transfer portal, and like guys are just there to school for a year and they transfer. Like, what's your thoughts to former college play? I mean, I like it, and I'm sure you do, in the sense it gives power to the player, but it really has turned college football. It's crazy. It's like free agency. It's just, the Justin Fields thing. You go for 1 year, you don't like it, boom, get out. It's like automatic, gone.
I think they figured out a way to kind of not manipulate it, but like take it by the horn.
Right.
I mean, the way I am, I'm a loyal. Like I love South Carolina. I was loyal to South Carolina, and at the end of the day, I needed to make that decision personally. I had no idea or intentions at any point in my career to be like, I got to take advantage of this transfer portal and bounce around from different schools to, get all this different kind of film, all that kind of stuff. So I haven't even really looked into, since I left college, the ins and outs of this transfer portal, but it's definitely more. As an observer, you definitely see it more often than when I was in college. You'd hear it. It'd be breaking news when someone transfers, and now guys are doing it every single year. And even guys that you wouldn't expect to transfer after having a pretty solid year at a school, but just use that opportunity to use the transfer portal. And I don't know what the reasons are, but they just choose to do so.
For sure. KJ, I would say, speaking of your Wake Forest career, 2015, I would say that move really paid off for you, because you went from having 14 career catches in 3 years at South Carolina to, in your 1 year at Wake Forest, 42 catches, 583 yards, and a touchdown. Just talk about that that year at Wake Forest, what that was like, that experience. And again, like you said, finally getting on the field, being able to contribute. I mean, you're still playing the top competition, the ACC. Hell,
Yeah.
I saw you had 4 catches for 60 yards against Clemson. I'm sure that kind of low-key felt good too. So, I mean,
Yeah.
but just talk about, that year playing for Wake Forest.
It was I tell the coaches still to this day I owe them a lot, because without them accepting me, taking a guy in as a graduate transfer, they're only going to be there for 7, 8 months. That's a lot for them because coaches are trying to build their team, from within and through their recruits that they recruit from freshmen up. And the receiving room was very young. So for Higgins to be that accepting of me in that room and allowing me to establish some kind of, a leadership role in a way, not because of the crazy stats or experience from a gameplay perspective, but I've been there for 4 years and I know how it goes. So I was able to kind of guide a lot of those guys in the right direction in the meeting rooms, how to study and how to be not a professional, but a professional. That year changed a lot for me. It helped me grow as a person, as a player, and obviously got me the film that I needed. It was awesome to be able to play in those big time games, and you play against Florida State when they were ranked, play against Clemson, play at Notre Dame. I had never been to Notre Dame, so I had a lot of great experiences there, a lot of great memories, and like I said, I owe them a lot for being that accepting as a graduate transfer.